Look in her eyes, she divine, she your lucky 7. Funny how time flies when we lock eyes. Time flies when you know that girl can give you heaven. Look in her eyes, she divine, she your lucky.
Love and light. Thank you for tuning in with me today. I am Deborah Israel, and this is a fairly new channel. So there's a lot that you're going to get to know about me. I don't want to go into a long spiel about what this channel is going to be about, because there's going to be a lot of different things that you're going to see me get involved with. And I don't really like to talk about what I'm going to get involved in. I just like to do it. But definitely never keep me limited to just this. There's a lot that I have to offer the world. And if you are tuning in, I feel like there's a good reason you're tuning in. I feel like everything happens for a reason. And you're here today for a reason, whether you like me or not. You're here today for a reason. So if you do know me, you know that having a channel like this has just been a long time coming. Like, this is something that I probably should have done a long time ago, but been kind of procrastinating. There's another kind of podcast setting that I am going to introduce you all to, and that's going to be called Couch Convos with Deborah Israel, and that's more of a setting where I have conversations with different people. We talk about different topics. So that is going to be really fun too. And then I also do a lot of teaching, and also I am involved in music. So like I said, if you choose to subscribe, which I do hope that you subscribe to my channel, there is a lot that you're going to have in store, a lot of insight, and I have a lot to offer the world. So if you choose to follow, I really think that you are going to be pleased with everything that we are going to be doing on this channel. You're definitely not going to be bored. And like I said, don't put me in a box. There's a lot of people that get comfortable with me being able to just be proficient in one field that they are tied to or they like. But what I want all of my followers and viewers to understand is that there's a lot of different things that I do. And so you are going to see a little bit of everything. And it's not anything that's coming from a fake standpoint, or I'm just trying to do things for popularity. These are things, if you know me, that, like I said, been a long time coming, things that I was called to do. So like I said, you are going to be surprised with what you get out of this channel. You're going to be surprised with what you get out of me. Go ahead and follow me on all of my social media, my Instagram. I'm going to put some links somewhere in here. Like I said, I'm new to these YouTube streets. And there's a lot that you're going to get to learn from me throughout conversation. I don't want to go into like a long spiel about who I am and what I do and what I'm about. I think that throughout this process, that is something that you're naturally going to pick up off of me, just through conversations, through all of the different streams and avenues that I have. You're just going to hear a lot of different conversations. So let's get into it. Again, I am Deborah Israel, if you don't know. And just a little bit about me, I guess. Y'all gonna learn that stuff. You know, I like to just allow my life to speak for who I claim to be. So whatever y'all feel like y'all see or y'all get off of me, you know, let me know. Comment. I'll tell you whether or not it's true. But I am a mother. And yeah, I think that's really all I want to really share at this moment. Those who know. Overall, I'm pretty private, but I feel like because I'm kind of called to sharing certain information and knowledge that I have on very different topics, I don't want you all to feel like that this page is going to be limited to just one type of topic as well. If you know me, you know that I've been studying for years. None of the things that I say or none of the things that I do is going to come from a place of ignorance. I don't believe in, following trends to be efficient. So a lot of the things that you're going to get out of me is going to be things that I've been studying, or a lot of the information and things that you see me do and talk about are things that I've done great research on, things that I've lived out, most importantly. because that is important to me. A lot of people are talking about things that they have no real information on. I'll just put it as simple as that. So there's going to be a lot that you get out of this experience with me, this journey with me, this growth cycle. You know, I am known as Mama Vor. I am a mother, in a sense, to a tribe. That is one thing that I'll give myself. But there's a lot that you're going to get out of me. There's a lot that you're going to see. There's a lot that you're going to find out about my life, about what it is that I believe, preach, you know, teach, and all that. And I promise you, you will not be bored. This is a journey. And I think that you all are really, those who are watching, you all are really kind of getting the beginning of this journey. So if you are starting off the beginning of this journey with me, I am truly grateful to have you here with me, because it's definitely going to be a journey. But you all are going to get to see a lot of transformation, a lot of different things happen, as far as me, as far as my career, as far as my moves, as far as my networking. This is not just this, you know what I'm saying? But one thing that I do want to make clear is that I am not associated with any religion, groups, or organizations outside of what I teach and I develop with me and my family and things of that nature. I want to make that clear, because I know a lot of the things that I say, a lot of people are going to jump to some type of conclusion. Now, I do want to say that I do serve the Most High. I am the server and a believer of the Most High. You know, I come from a certain belief system, a certain faith, but it more has to do with my faith and what I believe versus a religion. I actually believe that religion in a way limits God, and not in a way that I just want to believe in everything. I won't say that, because some people say that and they kind of believe in everything when it comes to religion. But when I say that, I feel like religion within itself is just little, like, it's groups of people who believe in certain things, that have like spirits. And I feel like scripturally we are always like warned of just joining groups because of the feeling that groups give us, or the familiar spirits that we get when dealing with those people. So I feel like a lot of times people are dealing with familiar spirits when they join these groups and organizations, and it's just something that makes them feel comfortable. And also I feel like men have a lot to do with, and I don't just mean men as in males, but I mean like mankind has a lot to do with religion and how it's distributed. So you will find a lot of that about me. But like I said, I do serve the Most High. I'm the daughter of the Most High. I consider myself a daughter of Sarah. I am not a Hebrew Israelite as far as the religion is concerned, but I do serve the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So that's just the little things about me that you will see. And like I said, I'll go further into that as we grow on this channel, as you get to know me. You know, you're gonna find a lot. I don't like to give myself or be boastful, but you know, there's not too many people that you're gonna meet like me. I will say that. I'll give myself that. You know what I'm saying? I do gotta pop my stuff just a little bit. There's not gonna be too many people that you're gonna meet that's going to come from where I'm coming from or believe how I believe. But that's okay, because I am in no shape, form, or fashion here to argue with anyone about their beliefs or what they feel, or, you know, any of that. You know, this is not the channel for that. And take your theology somewhere else. Okay? I don't care about all that. So take your theology somewhere else. But like I said, this has been a long time coming for me. You know, there's been a lot of people who been waiting for this, you know, out of me. There's a lot of people that I have conversations with, a lot of one-on-one sessions. So I'm going to have a lot of that come up. Like I said, you're definitely not going to be limited to just one thing. I am concerned with lifestyle as a whole, not just the physical, not just the mental, but I am concerned with the physical, the mental, the spiritual. We are going to touch base on all of those things because in my faith, we believe that all of those things are in a way one. In your life, in order for you to be balanced and to flow fluently, things have to kind of flow as one in a sense. So like I said, you will learn a lot more as we grow on. The topics are going to be limitless. Like I said, we're not just going to be talking about relationships, though the topic today is going to kind of touch base on relationships and things of that nature, but that is not going to be the main focal point of the conversation that we're going to have today. But we're going to talk about relationships. We're going to talk about politics. We're going to talk about religion sometimes. We're going to talk about, spiritual growth. We're going to talk about our physical being. We are going to talk about life on this channel. We're going to be entertained on this channel. We're going to get some music. We're going to get some poetry. We're going to get conversations from other people. When I say that I have a lot in store, I've been working on a lot. And if y'all hear something, that's my stomach growling. It's actually like 3 o'clock in the morning because I refuse to go another day without actually getting this done. My schedule has been really busy lately. If you know, you know, but I needed to get this done. I woke up and what is the perfect time other than now? So I was not going to allow this to linger on another day. But again, thank you for joining with me. Today, it is your girl, Devorah Israel. Again, that is Devorah Israel, Mama Vora, if you want to be more specific, okay? Mama Vora. And again, go follow me on all of my social media sites. But like I said, we are going to be talking about just like different topics. And today, the topic that I actually want to talk about is a topic that I've been kind of having some conversation with a couple of people about. And this specific topic is actually on like verbal abuse. Now, the reason that I kind of been having this conversation with a couple of different people is because I came across a clip by a comedian. I forget his name, but he was saying how, and I'll actually show that clip in a minute, but he was talking about how verbal abuse is almost equivalent to, or let me put it this way, when a woman is verbally abusive to a man, when a woman is verbally abusive to a man, that is almost in a way equivalent to a man being physically abusive to a woman. And so when I had this conversation with a lot of different people and I asked their opinions on how they actually felt about the situation, I was surprised about the answers that I got from different people, men and women alike. So, we're going to talk about how I feel about that. I'm going to give you a couple of examples and topics based upon what I mean, when I'm talking about that. But yeah, so what I'm going to do is right now, I'm going to play the clip that I seen earlier. It's a small clip. It doesn't, I won't say it's not really clear to me. Well, I won't say that, but it is a small clip. And yeah, I'm going to play this clip and then we'll go from there. So let's see. Now, before I play this clip, this is because I actually was able to find the name of the comedian I'm talking about is Corey Holcomb. I don't want anyone to feel like I believe in everything that this man says once I play this clip, because I know that a lot of people are going to come from that. Is she believe in everything he says? There's certain things that he says that I agree, and then there's certain things that he says that I don't agree with. But this specific clip is something that caught my eye, and yeah, let's watch it. All right, so I think I finally found it. And I think what he was saying is a woman that cannot control her mouth is the same as a man that cannot control his hands. And I think the reason, or how he said it, was the reason that a lot of people were so offended by it. But here it is.
Dating a woman that can't control her mouth when she's angry is the same as dating a man that can't control his hands while angry. It's just a difference. It's just a different form of abuse.
Physical abuse versus mental abuse.
Dating a woman that can't control her mouth when she's angry is the same as dating a man who can't control his hands when he's angry. It's just a different form of abuse. That's some super hellified shit.
Because she can't beat you with the hands.
Right.
So she gonna beat you with the mouth. She using the advantage that she got.
Dating a
So that was basically the video. He said dating a woman, or someone had commented on, I guess, something that he put out there. I really don't know. I don't really watch the show too much. But someone has said that dating a woman who cannot control her mouth is the same as dating a man who cannot control his hands. And I actually, it kind of made me think about that, whether or not I agree with that whole concept. And I kind of took it a step further, okay? Because a lot of people kind of stop it at that place. Of course, there's this weird energy going on between black men and black women. And I am not one of the people to really partake in that whole destructional conversation of how we can keep bashing each other and making each other look bad. But, because again, I'm more of a solution-based person, and we have a lot of people that's just complaining and not enough solutions. So I don't really listen to those people. However, I took it a step further, and I started to think about verbal abuse within itself. Because a male friend that I had, I actually had asked him the same question. Like, does he feel like a woman verbally abusing a man is the same? And his opinion actually was no. Most women even would say no, and most men will say yes. But his opinion to that question was no. He doesn't feel like it's the same. But I beg to differ in a way. I definitely beg to differ. Why? Because I do believe in the power of words. And I am a believer that we have the power of death and life in our tongue. So with that being said, I do believe that you can tear a person down and hurt them with your words as much as you can physically hurt them. I mean, you might not have physical marks, but there are marks that's left on you psychologically when someone is mentally or verbally abusing you. And so what a lot of women don't understand is that we can be mouthy. I feel like a lot of women, they get so touchy when you bring up that topic, like, oh, yeah, we can get mouthy. But we can, it's a simple fact. And and that's not to say that men don't get mouthy either. It's not to say that men are not verbally abusive in any shape, form, or fashion. But just like the guy in the video said, because we are typically not physically stronger than the men that we with, our power is our words. Okay, and I'm going to give you a couple examples of what I mean by the power of words. See, I feel like a person who says that that's not true, they don't really understand the power of language and what language and using words in a certain type of way can do to a person. What that means psychologically, what that means scientifically. Like, words mean something. And I feel like we don't put enough emphasis, like, a lot of women that I see, that I ask that question to, they don't think that they're hurting their men by being verbally abusive. And men, you're hurting your woman if you're doing the same thing. But specifically with this topic, it was on whether or not you felt like the verbal abuse of a woman was equivalent to the physical abuse. Now, when my friend, this male guy, when he was, stating his argument on this topic, he was coming from a sense of, if a man was already physically abusing a woman and she said something hurtful to try to hurt his feelings. Now, in that sense, no, I don't feel like, that is the same. In a sense, it's still the same, but if someone is physically putting their hands on you, I'm talking about black eyes doing Lord knows what. If someone is physically doing that to you, then to me, it kind of, if I say something to you that's not hurting you as much in that moment, I mean, it's still hurting, I guess, in a sense, because words can cause a reaction and that can actually cause you to flip out more, I guess. But in that sense, I feel like I would pretty much, like, my words is not going to be as hard as you actually physically hitting. Like, that's not going to stop you from beating my tail, if that's the case. So, in that sense, no. But I gave him the example of what do you do when you have a woman that is with a man that is doing everything he's supposed to be doing. He's loving her, he's respecting her, he's there for her, all of these different things. You have a woman with a man that's doing all of those things, and she is still abusive. What do you do? Okay? Verbally abusive, of course, because like I said, typically women are not just hitting their man. You know what I'm saying? Typically we not just throwing hands with you. But there's a lot of women that will talk down to their man. There's a lot of women that will use their tongue to hurt their man. Like when that man comes to them with an idea or a dream, she's telling him he can't do it. Or, you know, or you're not worthy of that. And I actually gave the example, excuse me, I'm having a little allergy issues. But I actually gave the example of the Madea movie, okay? You know the Madea, I forget what movie it was, where Sanaa Lathan had played that guy's wife. And I'm probably going to actually put a clip if I can. You know, I'm new to the YouTube streets, so I don't know what they block and what they do block. But I'm probably going to put like a little clip if I can of that scene in that movie. And from that scene in that movie, what you will see is that the wife, she had a good husband. She had a decent husband. She may not have been fully attracted to him, but she had a decent husband, and she was talking bad to him. She was always belittling him, you know, really just using negative energy. Well, I'm not going to say using negative energy because it just sounds stupid, but she just wasn't good to this man. And it wasn't that she was physically abusive to him. She was verbally abusive. So like I said, I'm going to kind of play a couple of videos that is going to show why I say words are or could be as harmful as using your hands, and why women, your verbal abuse can be as detrimental to a person or men as his physical abuse. So this next video clip that I'm actually going to play is going to be a clip by TD Jakes. And again, I do not associate with any religion or organization, but this clip is a good clip. And when someone's right, they're right. You know, I don't care where you're coming from, what walk of life you come from. When you're right, you're right. So like I said, this is a clip from TD Jakes talking about just what words can do to people. And that's really what I want the focal point to be on, is what words can do to a person. Not so much as just a woman being physically or verbally abusive to a man, but understanding how your words affect people is very important. And I might do a full video on just, well, I guess this is the full video, right? In a way, because I'm not going to put like all the information I know in this video. Like I said, it's 3 o'clock in the morning and I'm just not going to do that. But there are certain things that I have prepared as far as videos that I found that kind of solidifies what I say, that words are powerful. And I do spiritual lessons on the side that is more aligned with my belief and my faith and, you know, the Elohim or the God that I serve. I do those type of things that also align with what I'm saying, giving us women examples of how this does affect us in our household, how using your mouth can tear down your household. And a lot of women don't understand that your mouth can tear down your home, okay? Saying the wrong things to your children, saying the wrong things to your husband. And that's not to say that you don't get wrong things said to you sometimes. But like I said, most women understand that they either have power in what they say or what they don't say. And some women use their tongues or use their mouths as a way to destroy the people around them. That's just a tool that we use. Men are more physical, where they will try to fight and do things, and there are women that's physical too, but we are more verbal. So like I said, this is a clip by T.D. Jakes where he talks about the effects of verbal abuse and what it does to a person. So let's see, let's watch this. And in case you all want to go and watch this clip, it is called Blinded by Rage. I'm just gonna do a little clip of it because it was a full sermon. And like I said, there were, some things I do agree with in the sermon, but there was a certain part of the sermon where he specifically talked about verbal abuse, and let's get into it.
Verbal rage. I want to talk about verbal rage. Verbal rage isn't necessarily just cursing, and it's not necessarily screaming. It's the things that you know will hurt me, and you say them to hurt me. Stripping me of my dignity, stripping me of my pride, going where you're not supposed to go, stripping the person of self-respect. Verbal rage. In a moment of transparency, I open up and expose my vulnerability, and in a moment of anger, you use what I exposed against me. Oh, it's quiet. You belittle the one.
Pause it right there. What he said so far just holds a lot of weight and gravity. When we are in a relationship with a person, and I'm only touching base on this because we're talking about that relationship topic. When we are in a relationship with a person, we learn that person. I actually feel like when women are in a relationship with a man, we typically, and I only speak from a woman's point of view because I'm a woman. I don't know if men do the same thing, but we know what to say to hurt the man that we're with. If we learn that man, if we know that man, regardless if we ever say it or not, we know what to say to kind of take you there. Okay. And just like he just said, you learn me, you learn what hurts me. Because when we get intimate with a person, and we do get intimate with the people, and when we're building relationships, we learn things about them, and they get vulnerable with us when they're in love with us. So in that vulnerability, they share certain things with us, and then you turn around and you use it as a tool to tear that person down. It's not right. So that's just one good example. You can't do stuff like that, but we'll continue.
God called you to build up. Even if you have no spouse, this will help you. This will help you with your kids, it'll help you with your grandkids, it'll help you with your neighbors, and it may help you with what went wrong. Because we all have our weapons. Silence is as much a weapon as being loud is. Verbal abuse. I don't have to curse you to tell you you're fat and you're ugly and you always have been ugly and you're just a big hat wearing ugly. You think those words don't have power? It's funny when I say it in a joking sense, but when it comes from the mouth of somebody I have given my all to.
Now, I know that we're not really talking about this specific topic, but I wanted to kind of pause it there because I get so bothered even when I see parents speak to their children in this manner and they try to justify it. And again, I don't come after Black women, but I see a lot of Black mothers that do not understand this concept. And that is why I'm making a video about whether women, the verbal abuse that we dish out is the same as physical abuse. Because we will use our mouths, okay? And like I said, everyone here is not going to come from the same belief system or the same structure or anything like that, the faith, whatever. But your mouth, your tongue has to be tamed. And in a way, it's untamable. You know what I'm saying? You have to ask for that thing to be tamed. And like I said, in spiritual lessons, I can show that. But it's disgusting to me when I see women verbally abuse and tear down people, especially their children, calling them out their names, even if they feel like it's justified to do that. No, you're not a good mother. I'm sorry. Stop calling your children out your name. There's a way to chasten your children. There's a way to discipline your children without calling them out of their name. Okay? You're hurting them. And that's not just a hurt that lasts for a second. That's a hurt that lasts for a lifetime. Because when someone entrusts in you, and you're supposed to protect them, what you say to them matters. When you are supposed to love somebody, what you say to them matters. So there's a lot of people out there that are just not watching their mouths when they talk to people. And then they wonder why they get that bad karma back. But that's neither here or there. We'll get into those conversations later too. But yeah.